guys, this is Heidi and you're watching HeidiKMakeup. I have been missing from this channel for like 10 months. What happened 10 months ago that could have distracted me from YouTube? This kid was born. But we're into February and I did not give up my Pan That palette that I was doing last year, and in fact I'm starting a new one this year. I just stopped filming updates on it. So I thought that I would film a video for you. I got a text this morning from one of my friends that really loves makeup telling me that Stila is now cruelty-free, which is very exciting because it was a little bit discouraging this year. Too Faced got bought by a parent company that tests on animals. So that's discouraging because Too Faced is my absolute favorite brand. But that's a different video. I want to talk about my Tarte Get Carried Away Pan That palette. I started this last January 2016, and my goal for this, I had 3 palettes that I was working on. I had my Nars Danmari palette, which is a blush palette, my Decay Feminine Palette, and then this was my main palette. I also moved during that time, and so the 2 palettes, the Urban Decay and the Nars palette, both disappeared into oblivion when we moved, which is fine because honestly, I didn't really like them that much. I didn't really like any of these palettes that I was using, which I think is part of the reason why I got a little discouraged by them. But my goal was to hit pan in every shade. And I did that on the Urban Decay and the Tarte palette, not the Nars blush palette. So I actually did that in the summertime, and then I basically stopped using this palette. It got a little bit beat up in the move too. So this is what my finale looks like. Not much has changed actually since May, which was when I last filmed an update, and that's because when July came, when we moved, I pretty much just stopped using this palette. I was like, I've met my goal, I've hit pan in every shade, maybe I'll mess with it some more. And then I just decided, I hate this. Like, I hate Tarte eyeshadows. I wouldn't buy from them anyways, but I really did not like this palette. And so this year, I'm really excited that I'm going to be doing the chocolate bar palette with Amber F. And I'll film an intro for that, maybe. But here's what I learned. If you're gonna do Pan That palette, pick one thing. Don't try to do a whole bunch of projects at once, at least not for your first Pan That palette. Pick one palette. Because I found myself thinking, oh, I could use this eyeshadow as a blush, and then not wanting to use it because I was trying to pan a blush. And similarly to that, I would be on all these panning projects and get distracted by that and then not focus on this because I hate this. It was bad. So the other thing I would say is pick a product that you actually like. So for this year, I am going to be using my chocolate bar palette, which I do like. It's not my favorite palette, but I like it. The Tarte, I didn't like to begin with, and I even said that at the beginning of last year. I was like, I don't like this. So I reached my goal. I'm happy with the goal. I'm happy with that, but because I didn't like it, I didn't have the drive to like, keep going, you know? The other thing I would say is cheat. So people have said this in the comments of my videos. They're like, well, when you dig straight into the center, of course you're gonna hit pan. Like I would pick one spot and just like burrow into it. But hitting that pan is really encouraging. So I would give myself cheat days and say, okay, well, I can take a little bit of time off from the palette if I hit pan. So I would use the palette, and then whenever I hit pan, I would give myself 2 days off, which was really motivating. Yeah, yes it was. So I think cheat days, and then multi-using your product. So like obviously things like, I used this as a blush, I used the highlight shades as cheek highlights. layering your shades a lot too. So like, I really didn't like this blue shade, but if I took the blue shade and then put this burgundy shade over the top of it, it looked more like a duochrome, kind of like Too Faced Label Whore or MAC Club. So take things that you don't like and change them around. And then the other thing I would say is, if I were to do this again, I would just pick something that's more neutral. And there was just a lot of color going on here. I couldn't use all of these at once. Every quad had a dark liner shade. So that made it really, really difficult too, because like I had multiple really, really dark shades. And so the Too Faced has a lot of dark shades too. So we'll see how we do with that. But I thought it might help to have other people that I'm doing the project with this year. And then, yeah, I will do it regardless. It's just a matter of focusing whether or not I'm going to focus on filming about it. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I feel like it was successful. Like, I feel successful. A little disappointed that I didn't hit pan in the Nars palette, but it got lost, so what can you do? Technically, I hit pan in everything else. Technically, I cheated by digging all the way in, but that's what happens when you take a product that you don't actually like. You don't hit pan naturally. So we are going to see... So we're going to see what ends up happening with the chocolate bar this year, and I'll talk about it in my intro. So thanks for watching.